everybody. It has been a few weeks since I've seen you guys, actually maybe a little more than that, because I have had a little secret that I haven't told anybody and has kind of hindered me from doing my YouTube videos. But now the cat's out of the bag, so I can share it with everybody. And the news is that I am pregnant. My husband and I, AG, are pregnant. And we are so thrilled and so excited. So I thought what I would do is maybe not like that frequently, but every now and again kind of document my pregnancy, what I'm going through for anyone else out there thinking about getting pregnant, or that is pregnant, or that isn't and is just wanting to know what's going on with me. I know I'm not that important, but you never know. So I thought I would do that. So if this is something that you guys end up enjoying, then just let me know and I can film them more frequently. But I thought that's what I would do. So I'm going to just call these my pregnancy vlogs and we'll just go from there. Alright, so to start off, I am 15 weeks tomorrow. I'll be 15 weeks pregnant. And I get this question a lot, like, how did I know that I was pregnant? And it was really just kind of weird. Like, I just started feeling not myself, just kind of off. And the main thing was that I was so tired, like so tired. Like some mornings I would sleep until like 10 or 11 o'clock if I didn't have work, and I just couldn't lift my head off the pillow. And I was like, what is wrong with me? My husband's like, what's wrong with you? You're so lazy. Why are you sleeping so much? And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired. I'm not even doing anything. I'm just tired. And I started gaining a little bit of weight on the scale, and I was kind of like, this is weird. Okay, I haven't been getting to work out as much, but you know, I usually can maintain if I'm eating okay, and I was eating well. So that's kind of how I knew, is I was really tired. I was gaining some weight, like that was out of nowhere, and then my body was just off. I just felt different. Like they just say you kind of know something's different about your body, and I definitely just knew something was different. So of course I told my husband, I think I might be pregnant. So we went out and got some tests, and I took 2 tests, and I didn't know how far along I was. I hadn't even missed my period yet. It was supposed to come like in a few days, like 3 or 4 days, but I was like, I just feel like I'm really pregnant. So we took the tests, and both of them were positive. And I actually, a little funny story, my sister is on a mission for church in Colorado, and I had been talking to her on email about it just for the past few weeks before this, saying, I think I might be pregnant, you know, blah, 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 just sister talk. And I was like, when I take the tests, I'll videotape it though, in case I am, so that I can send it to you so you have my reaction, because her and I are super, super close. So I actually have my initial reaction of me finding out I'm pregnant on tape, which is kind of cool. I don't know how many women can say that. So that's cool that I have that. So then, of course, being me, I'm so like OCD and intense that I went and I took 2 more tests. I took another one at night and then another one the next morning, because I wanted to make sure that the levels were the highest, or I don't even know. I didn't need to take them. I had to. So I really initially took 4 tests before I even called the doctor to find out that I was, yes, indeed pregnant. So my husband and I were so excited, we kind of freaked out, and then we told our parents I think the next day or the day after that. We were so thrilled we couldn't even keep it inside, which was hard, because when we told them, we said, we're not going to tell anyone else except for family, immediate family, until I'm out of my first trimester. And so my husband's mom is just like, loves to talk, and she's just one of those really talkative people, and she was like, oh my gosh, like we pinned this huge secret on her, and I was only like 4.5 weeks pregnant, so she had to wait like over a month and keep this secret, but she did it. And so when we were out of our first trimester is when we started telling people after that 12-week checkup that we were pregnant, and we announced it on Instagram and all that, so now everybody knows. So the most frequently asked question, for sure, the first time I see anyone, is, how have you been feeling? And I've heard that some women don't get any symptoms, and some women are sick their entire pregnancies. And so for me, I started getting sick at about 7 weeks-ish. Besides being tired, I don't include that being sick. I think that's just like a normal thing. You're just exhausted. When I started getting to 7 weeks, I started feeling really, really nauseous. And yes, the morning sickness did come, and No, it's not always in the morning. It was all day for me. It was actually mostly at night for me, which is kind of weird. So that started at about 7 weeks, and it is still kind of continuing now, and I am 15 weeks tomorrow. And then at about 12 weeks, I started getting heartburn, which is really weird. I've never had heartburn before, and I didn't even really know what it was at first, except for when you feel it, you're like, oh, this must be what heartburn is because it burns. And so I started getting that, and I've had that for the past couple of weeks, and it's been really hard to deal with because it's hard to know what to eat because something's really irritated. And then the nausea's kind of subsided the past few days, and less heartburn kind of kicks it in, I guess. If I eat something that gives me heartburn, then it'll kind of seep down and make me nauseous. So I think that I'm on the up and up away from my nausea. I'm hoping this is like my 4th day in a row, feeling really good. I'm getting a tiny bit more energy. I'm really tired by nighttime, but the day I can usually do a few things. But the heartburn is the most annoying thing right now, the most prevalent sickness, I guess you could say, as of right now. The other thing that I think is going on that's weird is my sleeping patterns. I'm a back sleeper, and when you get out of your first trimester, you're really not supposed to sleep on your back anymore. That's what I've read in all these books and online and stuff. So I've been really trying my hardest to sleep on my side, and I've just been having the hardest time. Like, I would say 1 out of every 5 nights, 6 nights maybe, I have a decent sleep. The rest of them, I wake up several times throughout the night. Sometimes I have to pee, sometimes I don't. And I just wake up and I can't go back to sleep, and it's so weird. And it kind of almost feels like, you know, you have those sleeps where you don't really get into your deepest sleep. You felt like you kind of almost weren't sleeping the whole night. If you've had it, you probably know what I'm talking about. That is kind of the way that it's been my whole pregnancy, from about, not my whole pregnancy, because at first I was dead tired, but probably the last month or so, it has been so hard to get a good night's sleep. So when I do, it's like, yes, I actually slept today, and I slept 8 hours, and I actually felt like I slept. So that's been kind of unique. I've just started putting the pillow between my legs when I'm sleeping on my side. One of my volleyball moms actually told me about that, and that seems to help a little bit. It feels really weird to me because I'm not a side sleeper. So I think that my body is just kind of having to adjust, and I'm sure I'll get used to it. Because when I get big, I will not even be able to sleep on my back at all. Like, I just won't. So that is kind of what's been going on with my sleeping schedule and all that. Cravings. You hear so much about cravings from pregnant women, and my husband will tell you he is so annoyed with my cravings because they're so random. Like, and I know that's what cravings are. They're random, but mine will be different every single day. The only craving that has been like tried and true, anytime, any day, I could just eat this, is pizza. I've just been like pizza freak since the beginning, and I still am. Like, it has not changed. I could eat pizza. I want pizza all the time, cheese pizza from anywhere, but not the ones that you cook in the oven, because we tried those and those were nasty. They made my stomach hurt. I don't know why. It's still pizza, but it has to be the pizza that you buy at the pizza place, which is just thrilling that we have to spend money on it for my husband, but it is what it is, pizza. And then a couple other things that I've been craving. For a while I craved strawberries and pineapples until I started getting heartburn, and then the pineapples just totally destroyed me. Salsa destroyed me too, which is the weirdest thing. I think I craved them so that my body could tell me I had heartburn. It was so weird because I was eating pineapple every day and I was loving it, and then one day I ate pineapple and it just was miserable. My body was just like, you can't eat pineapple anymore, Kristen, like, you're done with pineapple. And then one day I craved chips and salsa like super bad, and so I ate like tons of chips and salsa, and the salsa made me have heartburn, and so I can't do salsa anymore. But some random things, like I've been craving chips and ranch from Chili's. If anyone knows me, I love chips and ranch. I craved that last night. Sour gummy worms. I love candy anyway, if you know me. But for some reason, sour gummy worms have just been on the top of the list. Like, I literally have this huge bag right here, and let's look inside. Oh, there's like 5 left. Let me think. Oh, this is so random. I crave Chipotle. If anybody knows me, I do not like Chipotle. Like, that would be the last place I would pick to eat ever, is Chipotle. I don't know, my sister's like obsessed with it. My brother loves it. I just don't do Chipotle. And I actually wanted Chipotle. The other day, my husband and I were driving in the car and a Chipotle commercial came on the radio. Advertising works, people. And I was just like, that sounds kind of good right now. My husband's like, what? He's like, okay, if Chipotle sounds good right now, then we are going. We are taking advantage of this opportunity because he never gets to eat Chipotle. And I went and I loved it, and I had it the next day or 2 days later or something. It was so weird. I don't know. So that is probably my weirdest craving when they say that you crave things that you normally don't like when you're pregnant. They are totally right. So that is pretty much my whole story on my cravings. Okay, and then the last thing is I thought I would show you guys my little bump. It's not very big yet, but it is growing day by day. I think another question I get is how much weight I've gained, and I think I've gained like 12 pounds by now. I gained a lot of weight early. Like in my first month, I gained like 10 pounds. It was so crazy. And I don't know. I asked my mom and she said initially she was like gained weight initially up front, and I think it's just the way your body is. So that was kind of scary for me. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be like gaining 100 pounds on my pregnancy. But since then I've only gained maybe like 2 or 3 pounds. So I think I'm at like 12 pounds overall. And I'm almost at 4 months. So I guess that's not too bad. I haven't really been able to work out though because I've been so sick and so nauseous. So hopefully, I went running with my husband the other day for the first time and literally almost died. I felt like I was breathing through a straw the entire time. So I may need to, I'm realizing that your body is just so different. It's like a whole different ball game. And so I'm going to get some prenatal yoga videos today. I told my husband that. He's like, oh, geez. So I'm going to do that and try and do that because it's just bottom line, your body's just not the same. You cannot, I went out with my husband expecting to be able to run like an hour, and it was so bad. I could only do 3 minutes, and then I had to walk for 2. And then I even couldn't do that after so long. I had to really just take it slow. So, anyone else that's pregnant that just feels like you're worthless in the working out, I am right there with you, but I'm going to keep on trying. I'll let you guys know how the prenatal yoga goes and if I find anything else that works for me. But I'll show you guys my little bumpy. It's just like that. At 15 weeks. It's pretty firm for the most part. This shirt is from Old Navy. I have gotten so much maternity stuff from Old Navy. My best friend works there, and so she gets like a really good discount, and they have great prices anyway. So all my clothes so far have been from Old Navy. And I started, this is another thing I forgot to talk about. I started wearing maternity clothes, oh boy. Well, since I gained so much weight initially up front, things fit, but they just like hurt. They just didn't feel good. So I think I started wearing maternity clothes maybe like around 2 months, like 8 weeks or so, 8 or 9 weeks. Maybe later than that, maybe 10, because I didn't wear them at my first doctor's appointment, which was at 8 weeks. So I think maybe 10. But I've been to the doctor 3 times, and this Sunday, Mother's Day, we will find out the gender of our little nugget in here. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. We're having just a little tiny reveal party to find out. My mom and my husband's mom know what it is, and no one else does, and so they're throwing this party for us to reveal it. So we are really excited about that. But I think that is pretty much all that I have to update you guys on. So if you liked this, let me know. Leave me a comment. Like it. And if you don't, then I just won't do them very frequently. I just thought it might be kind of fun to share what's going on, and also kind of fun for me to look back and see what all happened. You know, maybe when the baby's a little older, if YouTube's still a thing, it might be totally outdated, but they could watch and see how much their mom loves them, because they were sick the whole time for them. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I think that's it though. So I will see you guys soon, hopefully for a beauty video or something that's more normal to this channel. I just wanted to do this for fun and, you know, whatever, try something new. It doesn't happen that often. You're not pregnant that often. So anyway, I hope that this video is finding you guys well and that you're happy. and that you guys have such a great week and a great weekend coming up, and a happy Mother's Day. To all the moms out there, I'm already learning so much about what it means to be a mom, and it's so amazing. I just have this little tiny bumpy, and I can't even feel the baby yet kicking around, and I'm sure it is, but I can't even feel it yet, and I just feel so amazed and awesome to be able to have this opportunity to be a mom. It's really crazy. It's really such a great feeling. I have chills. I'm so corny. But anyway, I hope that you guys have a great day, a great week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!